Hi, etiquettes. They play a crucial role in our life, whether we are in college, school, or we are in a working professional or an environment in the corporate, or even can be a simple date. Etiquette plays an important role in everyone's life, no matter where you are. Your behavior, your mannerism, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you handshake, the way you use things, and how you carry yourself. All these are simple etiquettes. Being a behavioral trainer and been working with different segments in the industry, that is right from children in the school to corporates and the professionals, it has become a mandate for everyone to learn and understand what this etiquette is, and I'm there to help you out. Etiquette, what is it? Etiquette is nothing but a form of practices which is prescribed by social convention or by authority. So you're projecting yourself in the social convention, you're how you're projecting yourself, how you're talking, how you're presenting, how you're behaving, how you're carrying it out. Right? So etiquettes play an important role whenever, wherever you are out there, right? From simple dressing, as I mentioned earlier. Have you thought about how good etiquettes benefit someone? How does it really make an impression? Well, it differentiates you from others in a competitive job market, right? From the way you carry your file, the resumes, the hard copy, the kind of file you're having, can be the dress, how you're dressed up for the event, and how you carry yourself, and how what kind of watch you're wearing, the shoes are polished, your hairs are groomed. Every single thing is on etiquettes. How you literally want people to see what you truly are. It enables an individual to be very confident in variety of settings, can be with variety of different people, can be from different age groups, can be different market segments, can be from different diverse areas or even cultures. Okay. It honors commitment to excellence and quality, that you are aware of their the norms, their cultures, you are aware of their practices. So you are trying to bridge in a relationship in between with adopting their etiquettes, adopting their behaviors, adopting and understanding what they do and how they do. So this helps you to kind of build a bonding in a relationship in case you're traveling abroad and you're an ambassador or someone who plays an important role in travel industries. Okay, it can be for anyone. Also modifies distracting behaviors. It develops an admired individual. Okay, so by default, we all like someone who's really confident in carrying themselves, who's someone wears neat dress, a good suit, and who really looks confident and who carries himself with ease rather than being messy, or even the kind of choice of words he speaks. We all kind of get impressed, right? So, critical etiquette to topics to be considered are etiquette basics, professional appearances, office etiquette, dining and table manners, and networking. So today we're going to look into all these things. So what is exactly etiquette basics? Technical job related skills are a must, but they are not sufficient in nowadays world, that not only the technical things that you learn in your college or in your extracurricular activities, they are not enough. But when it comes to being a leader, but when it comes to becoming someone, an individual, what you are, what is your inner calling, the traditional patterns of just training in skills is an old school method, but fine tuning you how to use the skills, how to carry yourself, how to be the leader in you, how to manage them, and also how to be proactive, how to think ahead for the future, how to think ahead for your teams, and how you project yourself confidently and how you equip yourself is something all about being or following the basic etiquettes. So soft skills, when it comes to the etiquettes of basics, plays an important role. Now, we all believe soft skills is just for campus to corporate. No, because soft skills can be taken up by anybody and everybody. It can be a refresher to polish what your existing practices are and to improvise you and take you from a shift. It is the growth aspect which you're looking into. So soft skills are very important in every business, every individual. It is essential to be technically strong, but once you know how to polish yourself and how you're able to convey your thoughts and your ideas to the masses, the simple communication methods, your dressing, your impression, all those things are into basic intelligence. Okay. Behavior. Behavior, I love this part. Exhibit a positive attitude and a pleasant, kind of aura or demeanor. Use firm handshakes. Have your hands clean, well moisturized or clean. Does not mean sticky hands, but well moisturized and nice, soft and comfortable hands where people are comfortable to hold your hand and take. Maintain good eye contact, appropriate introductions. Now, how crisp you have to be. We are not going to ask for a story. We're just going to look for what you are known to be or how you want people to know you. Is that importance of introduction? All right. Use appropriate addressing of a person. For example, Miss, Mrs., Mr., etc. So address them with their full name. So certain countries address certain people with the second name, but you could always give it as your Indian. You can have the first and the second name as an order. And also raise up, that is stand up. When somebody comes to give you a handshake or somebody comes to greet you, do not sit and talk. Raise up, stand up, and then give a firm handshake and do an eye contact. And there are different methods of how you give a handshake. The best one would be to give a handshake supported by your left hand with their elbow. This shows that you are more confident and you are more a supportive person. This builds more better interpersonal relationships. Okay. Non-verbal communications is very, very important. Right now, with the fast-paced technology, world, media, etc., to prove yourself, to prove your genuinity, your body language, your tone, your voice, your eye contact, your complete presentation has to match in alignment with what you're thinking up there. Okay. So show a common respect and consideration for all. These are the basic etiquettes that you have to do. So do you have it? If yes, great. If not, you want to learn or you want to polish, then yes, we are here. Go ahead and look into these training sessions in these training modules where we will be helping you, train on the formal side of the soft skills. There are a lot of argument in the industry as to whether soft skills really plays an important or not. Right, whether it is just something that says makes a person very soft or something that it says that nay, it's only about impressing things. No. Soft skills makes a person think on their appearance, builds their inner confidence, builds them what they are, helps them to understand where they stand, what is that they need to equip themselves, and how they can move forward in a positive and a growth mindset. So it not only works on the way you behave, the way you talk, but also what you think, and how you project. That is very, very, very important because it helps you reduce FOMO, the fear of missing out things. It helps you to fight out the loneliness. It helps you to fight out the the fear or thought that nobody is liking me or I'm not the right choice. No, with proper soft skills, with proper grooming techniques, with proper etiquettes, with proper practices and upskilling, then it's a 360 degrees complete learning and helps you to give you a project. It gives you a launch. All right. So let's get into the professional appearances. So grooming is a fundamental etiquette that we all have been learning right from the school days. Our parents used to oil our hair, or they used to, nurture with your shampoo, the right conditioner, tone your skin, cut your nails. If not, your PT teacher would, kind of find you and make sure your shoes are clean, your socks are clean. They are not just for the school students. As growing adults, it prepares us to a better version of our behavior and our choices in life. Because shabbiness, uncleaned, unironed dresses, or even your shoes and lace kind of not untied, these all shows that you are not serious in your life or a very casual person, someone who's of low confidence. It could mean a lot of things until unless you interact with them and identify why they are doing or wearing such kind of attire. Okay, so it is really, really important that you pay attention to the kind of clothes you are wearing, because that's what projects, that's what you're projecting to your audience, that's what you're projecting to the people outside. If they want, I mean, if you want them to address you in a professional manner or in a serious manner, take you that you're the person for the job, make sure you dress up and not only equip yourself with the knowledge and skill. All right. So many professionals wear makeup. Depends on the field. If you're comfortable and you're really not looking too gaudy in your makeup, and you don't want all the attention to go to a certain part of your body, have a neutral makeup, have a very good skin tone, have a basic makeup etiquettes. You can find ample of them, or you can even just DM me at any point of time to have a simple discussions, what suits you, what does not suit you, because each one's skin tone, each one's styling and the hairs and all difference. So we could always sit on one-to-one on your image consulting, or in your making your wardrobe and your dresses and your also your makeup styles. All right. So make sure your fragrances, okay, they play an important role. You could also consult with any of the aromatherapy people, or you could also try a handful of small bottle tester perfumes which stay longer. Make sure that your perfume and your makeup are not too body, like you're dressed up very professionally, and ultimately you look as if you're going for some horror movie, or you want to go for some sort of a act or a drama show. So make sure that your makeup is very neutral and your perfume gives it elegance, and it shows, portrays your personality. Okay, so you could go to a perfume shop and have ample of testers tried, and you could also see how long they last, and based on your body perspirations you could decide one. So Dio stick is something that you must have it in your pocket, in your vanity bags, or in your handbags. All right, so that is something that I really want you people to take care of. Then we have a professional appearance, wardrobe. Wardrobe makes a lot of impression. For example, today I'm talking about etiquette. How would I look if I'm going to wear a t-shirt, a pajamas, and I'm going to sit in a fun park area and take this training? It would not make sense, right? So when you are there for a purpose, when you're in the official note, when you're in your school, because that is also official for the students, when you are there for business, make sure that your dress, your hair, your ties, your shirts, your collar, your cuff buttons, your shoes, your zip, your belt, your socks are all set. Maybe you could have 3 to 4 sets. There's no problem. There's nothing wrong in replicating the same colors. Most of the successful entrepreneurs have been seen wearing just the black t-shirt and the jeans. So it could be as simple as that. And one important aspect when it comes to wardrobe is minimal skin exposed is more professional. Unfortunately, many of them think the more you expose your skin is good, but no, that does not suit in all the profession, but 90 to 95% minimal skin exposed. You could also have a turtleneck if you're comfortable, or if you're, as much as possible, a cotton, a comfortable dress, and loose fitting pant or pajamas, or your Western and ethnic wears. You could choose, you could try them, not a body hugging. So make sure that you can take these tips. You could also take a screenshot and save it. So for women, can be skirt, pant, blouse, or dress shirt, sari, salwar kameez, clean, well-maintained dress. And men, of course, we have the pant shirts and the suit. All right. Outerwear appropriate for men and women, a trench coat, an umbrella, your watch, and the handbag or the baggage you carry it. You're completely dressed for a professional outlook and you carry a school bag. That does not complement. That kind of looks a little bit odd. So you could carry a bag, a laptop bag. You have a lot of varieties with a lot of pouches, with a lot of accessories that you could store in. So invest on those. So have your professional attire set. As I said, maximum 3 to 4 would be good. So you can have one in your Western wear. You could have one in salwar suit. One you can have it in your sari, and one you can have it in your skirt and a coat or a formal shirts. So you could invest on different based on your body type and how confident you are in carrying yourself. All right. So this is a simple example that you could always keep in mind. So men, also the aspect of buttoning. Make sure that you are comfortable when you button, because when you button up your suit, it means you're completely business. You're not a relaxed person and you want the work to be done. So men, do watch out for those cues whenever you find somebody who's buttoned up. And women look more elegant with the same color suit, that is a coat and a pencil skirt. All right. So professional appearances on the business or casual wardrobe, as I said, make sure that your pants are pretty loose, or invest in a good quality pants, which are really comfortable. You could go for any of the good Indian brands and which are really pocket effective. And make sure that the color you choose are neutral. Just because you have to take a suit, just because you have to take a, kind of professional wear, do not take too gaudy, do not take too kind of projecting dresses. Make sure you're in the neutral way. Neutral way means based on your skin tone, it should complement. So peach, light, very light pinks, not the baby pink or not the dark pinks. So make sure there's a light pinks. You can go with the different shades. You can go to the trial room, kind of ramp up inside the trial room, wear different dresses, take a photo and see how it suits with different angles, different hairstyles. If you have the time, you could do that and see the right fit, which makes you look very professional, which makes you look pucker for the job. All right. So men, as I said, they do not have much choice, but yes, make sure that your brand speaks to you, because the shirt and the buckle, your watch, are your identity. So a man is known how he takes care of his phone, how he takes care of his vehicle, and how he carries himself in the official suit and good clothes. So that shows the man's taste and what kind of mentality, what kind of a thought he is having. So next time, ladies, watch out. Uh, yeah, so make sure you're not sloppy and not too much of gaudy dresses, and make sure that you are wearing very comfortable. Casual work attire, which are usually on Fridays and Saturdays. Now, since most of them are working in rotation shifts, maybe even on your weekly offs could be a casual one. But make sure you're too casual to wear a t-shirt and go. So you could have a semi-casual shirts, which you can find right now available in India and plentifully in all the e-commerce websites. And try having one scarf which makes it more comfortable and you cover yourself instead of coat. So a scarf can complement, or a short sleeve waistcoat can complement for women. You could wear on top of your existing shirt, and that will really enhance, making you look more profile and cool. For men, the bag and can be a semi-formal shirt and can be a cargo pant, but not of the baggy ones, but can be a cargo relaxed ones, not the pencil fit. All right, so these are a few examples of a casual attire that you could wear on a weekly off. Office etiquettes. Office etiquettes, always remember, it starts right from the hello with your client. So use appropriate tone of voice. Stay alive. Your voice is your weapon when it comes to telephone etiquettes. Okay, whether you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to call your client, do not sound, hello, how are you? You're not going to make that impression, right? So make sure that your voice is energetic, you mean business, and crisp, clear, and professional. Maintain a positive attitude through your voice. Okay, remove slang terms. You want to see, yeah, I understand. What's up, bro? No, no. Take complete phone messages, that is name and detail of your client, or in case you have to contact someone else on their behalf, and also do a little bit of research, maybe glassdoor.com or linkedin.com or any of the Googles there to find out about that particular company. And as you're on the phone, you could also do multitasking, opening your laptop at multiple browsers and checking how this company is, so that you have all the information from the person who's directing you to a potential client. So you could watch out for all these things, and make sure your cell phone is, turn it off when you are done with your work. Okay, so make sure that your office cell phone is off, so that you have a complete work-life balance and you don't carry work to your home. Email. Simple email etiquettes. Make the subject line be very specific, thanks to ChatGPT and a lot of AI tools, which can make you a customized email subject, email template, email body, email letter, you name it. It's your genie in hand. All right. So address the emails. Address with dear sir, the name if you're able to pick up, Mr. Brigadier or doctor, whoever it is. Make sure you have the basic etiquettes of dear so and so. So ideally, when you're having a professional email, would be greetings of the day or greetings from so and so team. Dear so and so, I hope you're doing good. And then the body, what you mean business. So your chat GPT could do that. If not, next time connect with me. We'll have a session on that. Okay. So follow the standard writing guidelines, business letter format as a professional courtesy. So you can send an email letter right now, thanks to the electronic and digital, digital era, and keep it short. Do not make it a paragraphs or pages of email. Make sure your emails are not more than 3 paragraphs. That is the maximum that you could go. So try to have it like an attachment, and in an attachment, it's in points and just of the pros and cons of contacting you or having business with you, and make sure that your email body is as eye-catching as possible. So can invest in a very good content writer, keeping the SEO in mind. Okay, so work on that. Include your name and contact information at the signature. So make sure who you are, your full name, your contact number, your email ID, your social media links, which is a ticket to make another better impression to your client. All right, because if you're not met them face-to-face once, your social media links like your LinkedIn or your Twitter account or your Instagram based on your profession, have them mentioned there. In case if you're a trainer, have your trainer landing page so people get to know you. So most of the mistakes we do is that we believe people are just going to know us and they're going to talk. No, people are going to do the background verifications just the same way we are going to do about their company. All right. So make sure nothing is confidential when sent electronically. No matter what kind of antivirus you put, no matter what you do, there are chances of data leaking. So please be mindful when you're using the internet. Cubicle. This is another favorite etiquette that I love to take. Most probably from the BPO sector, since I come from the BPO industry, cubicle etiquette plays a lot of importance, right from the mindset, because they take about 10 to 15 calls per hour, or sometimes even 20, 30 calls per hour, and they're exhausted. And the maintaining of the cubicle, if it's clustered, if it's clumsy, it kind of grounds you down. Okay, so cubicle management, arranging your cubicle, your surrounding is really important. And nowadays companies are open to have many cubicles or just 2 people partnering a particular cubicle, and you could decorate them with all the inspiration that you can find. So keep in mind that others work around you. Make sure you're not dirtying it. Make sure you have your cleanliness maintained. The dustbin is always under your bench. So in case anything you want to pop, put it there and wrap it and throw it the time you log out. Okay, use your inside voice when the phone speaking with the co-worker. That does not mean mind voice. It means my colleague is going to sit next to me, and if I'm going to y'all and talk about, the other person is going to hear my conversation, and it could be a crosstalk. It cannot look like a professional discussion. I'm sure we all would have experienced this with a common search engine platforms, which we call to find out details. I don't want to name them, all right? So make sure that your voice is very soft, not too soft that they can't hear you, but you could keep the mic just 1 to 2 inches, the way I'm doing right now. It could be this 2 finger or 3 finger size. In case you are someone who has a very hoarse voice, you could keep it a little away, but you could adjust your mic to your mouthpiece, and you could always listen to your calls back and see how the customer is hearing you. Okay, so you will have a mental image how far the mic should be kept and adjust accordingly. All right, so remember the cubicle conversation and calls can be heard by others, and use distractions and good judgment, as there is no free airspace. So there are a lot of people whom we have seen who put on mute and release their stress. Certain calls go up to 1 to 2 hours, right? In the BPO industry or any kind of services sectors, and still it could land into a negative call. The frustration that you put in, you just mute it up and you're like all F's and B's and things, but make sure the other person is talking to another potential client. You're going to bring in a bad image to that. All right. So make sure that you're mindful. So journaling at that particular stress, how do you handle that and how do you overcome those kind of mental disruptions? You know whom to contact. All right. So these are the few things that I really wanted to highlight in cubicle etiquette and in office etiquette in generic. Attending meetings, you would have an agenda fixed, the time fixed way before that particular last minute, right? So make sure you connect with them on call or you keep them informed at least half an hour before or 1 hour before, because you would have an approximate, approximate idea of what time you would reach in case you're stuck up in a traffic jam like Bangalore or Delhi. So you know that what is the time you're going to reach there, or make sure that you make an alternative for taking up those calls, right? Listen carefully when you are attending a meeting. So make sure that you're paying attention, not just no, go with a pen, go with a notepad. Make sure that you write down at least maybe in points, can use mind mapping, can use points mapping, which you call that in points, basically the agenda of the meeting, who's taking, this person is talking about this topic, and this is what needs to be done, this is what is done. So you can have a map of your own, which you could write it down, or you could draw, or you could even concept map, which is called. So you could do a mind map, you could do a concept map, you can literally doodle with your notebook in the journaling, or if you are able to write fast, you could write in a full-fledged. Make sure that you write, you take notes, and you listen properly to make sure that you have taken it up, you can paraphrase, and you can ask them, okay? Come prepared. The agenda is sent to you. You should know that you are there to witness the meeting, discuss the meeting, and take this forward, not stay in the same stage before the meeting is. This is one of the small things people note about you, that you are always missing the meeting, you are late, you project to be very busy, you project to have no time, or any reason, not always, right? Be professional. Other people are making time, and this meeting is called because you are important, you're playing an important role. So make sure you come prepared. Make sure you have some idea what is going on and how you can bring in a difference to the meeting or the office. All right. Be concise and articulate when speaking. This would follow once you are prepared. And show respect. Show respect if somebody is not resonating with your topic, if they're not resonating with the way you are projecting or your ideology and your thought processes. Take it up. All right, I appreciate your feedback. You could always say that, thanks for bringing it up. Let me look into this. I really appreciate that. So this way you show you're not offended, you're taking feedback in a positive way, you're taking critics in a positive way, and you're going to work on it. You're not just going to sit on that with cribbing. All right. So make sure that you respect people no matter what happens in the corporate segment. All right. So in the office etiquette, get to know the work culture. This has been another major issue, irrespective of what kind of a corporate culture you're in or what kind of a industry, whether you're a product-based industry, service-based industries. When people join the on-job training or even the induction and orientation, no matter how many times they do, many of the employees, many of the subordinates fail to understand the corporate culture. Because one, they assume that every company is same. Assumption two, that people will chase them to get the work done. Assumption three, no matter what happens, they're going to sit there, be happy with it. So these are the few assumptions that companies face, leads to manpower laws or leads to decline in productivity and relationship issues in the corporate environment. Okay, so make sure that you understand the work culture, you understand the vision, mission of the company, you understand how the company works. Specifically now, a lot of work from homes are going on. So understand how they work. Don't let them chase you. You are there for a purpose. You have signed in your agreement letters. You have your consent letters. Follow them. If you're not clear, go speak. Voluntarily go speak. Ask, this is what has to be done. How can I get it done? Can I reach? Whom should I reach? Etc. Okay. So unique sets of norms, breaks, lunch, meetings, workplace politics, etc. Have an eye, watch out, do not comment without knowing. And sometimes it could take 3 months to 6 months to understand a complete corporate culture or the environment. All right. Find out what the organization values, its philosophy, of conducting the business, why the business entities all there. If you see, career cognizance was started basically to support women and children in sustainability, work-life balance. So people who have seen the vision mission would really understand what we're working, what kind of environment we're working, what are our target clients or target audience, and what is that we are trying to give it back to the society, and why we are equipping such kind of consultants, etc. You could definitely understand, you can definitely walk through. If not clear, you can come and speak. So this way, each company, you need to understand why you're there, what you're there, and then get into it. All right. And how and when do effective people communicate in the organization? Who is your chain of authority? Who is the reporting system? And when is the meeting to be done? When is their due date? When is the meeting deadline? When is the product delivery deadline? What is it expected from you? What is that you can add value? What is that you are needing from the corporate segment? What is that you can offer? And what is it you're gaining? All these things can be discussed before or after your agreement signing, and your growth within the company is tend to be at least 10 times more. Okay, so all the fast trackers of any organization, if you see, this is the trick they follow. They identify the customers, they identify the clients, because internal clients, internal customers, and they start mailing the interpersonal communication, the soft skills, the attitude to go ahead, learn and project and volunteer themselves. The growth of the company and grow, personal growth also happens. It's not just one way. All right. So understand why these office etiquettes, why these interpersonal relationships play an important role. So in office etiquette, what is expected of you? Don't talk too much, big on days. The faster you shed your previous identity is better. No more bitching around, no more yakking around, and go ahead and work. That's the kind of environment most of them are getting back to. But now with the work from home options, we do not get that chance. Yes, important thing that I always insist in my training is find about the informal chain of command. Because with the POSH Act, Sexual Prevention Acts, and other policies, the employees' habit, behavior among themselves are also monitored within and without the office environment. All right, so you're accountable if anything goes wrong. So make sure there's an informal chain of command, and where you could report such kind of happenings in your office, or somebody misbehaving, or somebody is venting out on you or kind of targeting you, etc. Be vocal and speak to the right person. All right. Making a positive impression. Recognize that what you do early on will be magnified. So the first impression, not just with any relationship, but also in your working profession, is important. This is a new matchmaking that you've joined. Your company is your new matchmaking, and do the best to impress, to nurture, to, kind of smother and give it the beautiful outlook, the beautiful presentation. Remember your manners, your professionalism, the talking, the language, the tone, using your skill set, being mindful, tolerating people who are in their own cool zone. So make sure you take care of those things. Exercise professional maturity by showing good judgment and build good relationships. On this, I would like to add a note. With all these 15 years of work experience, companies differ, people differ, management differs, but the interpersonal relationship you build with that person can always boomerang you. There are a lot of people whom I actually meet and I started connecting for business, whom I met 20 years back, 15 years back. The world is a small place. With the internet in your hand, make sure that you build a trustworthy relationship with all. Do not leave the company with a negative note, or do not leave the company with something that you're not for in which you signed up. All right. So make sure that that you're taking care of healthy respect with your colleagues, exhibit positive attitude, what role you play in the team. If you're a team leader, or if you're a technical person, or if you're a content writing or a marketing person, make sure what role you play, be proactive. So this way shows that you're interested in the company, and it gives a feel good. You get a higher chances of growth aspect along with the company. Okay, leave your personal life at the front door, but if you need to speak, can address it when the channel is open. All right. Inquire about the proper way to respond to your co-workers can be done. And this is very important. Importance of dining appropriately. Okay. 80% of the second interviews involves in our business meal. And now, thanks to the global summits and global startup industries coming in, where travel is inevitable and you kind of go ahead with different states, different countries, different cities, sitting and dining with them, make sure you're mindful. Make sure you know what you're doing. All right. So table manners play an integral part of etiquettes. If you're someone who's going to run your own business, make sure how you carry yourself and with what kind of a people you are working with. All right. So professional dining basics is arrive on time. Roti, return of time invested. You come even 5 to 10 minutes late, it shows you're not serious and you're taking the other person for granted. Not everyone are going to be patient with you. Okay, wait to sit until the host's indicated a seating arrangement. Put a napkin in your lap before drinking or eating. Okay, these are the few etiquettes that you can follow when next time you're going with the family outing, try it out. So you kind of master it when you're doing your official meet out. Okay, do not order the most expensive items on the menu. Do not order too much of food. Order just the right size, which you can eat within 10 to 15 bites. Okay, this is something that I learned. So something that you can eat within 10 to 15 bites maximum. 10 is the limit. If it's beyond that, you're actually stuffing your food. You're gone there only to stuff your stomach, but not for a business meet. So it could be just a salad or just something that you want to gobble up and give company with them as they are talking for the lunch and eat. All right. So that's the mean that you start. And make sure that everyone have been served before you start eating, no matter how hungry you are or how your day has been a whole time. Make sure that you just wait that few 10 minutes. You could sip a glass of water and you could keep back if you're really hungry. And in case you're on a diabetic or you're a hypoglycemia or you're on health issues, excuse yourself and have the first bite. All right. Bring food to your mouth, not your head to the food. For example, this pencil is my spoon. I'm taking it up. All right. I don't come this way. All right. That's the reason you're putting your your cloth on your lap. Make sure you take it up. There's no dripping and you bring it here. So make sure you're sitting as close to the table as possible. Does not mean that the table is to your chest, but there's appropriate height there and there's a little bit of gap and difference. I know the distance between the table and you and your food is coming up. So watchful. It's fun, especially when you do it with kids. All right. Salt, pepper, pass together. Now, not separate. Generally pass food to the right side. Okay, and rest utensils on plate while talking. Like, for example, the spoon is there. I'm talking to you. And if I keep talking with like the spoon here and spoon there and spoon this, I'm going to be playing holy with them. All right. So make sure that when you're talking, you face it down and then you start conversing. There are many of people who use their hands to express. So make sure that your elbows are on the table and not above. So make sure your hands are stuck to your body and you're only the arms which are visible from here, from the elbow to up, are moving. So it does not mean you're doing a Kathakali or you're doing a Broadton dance. All right. So do not talk with your full mouth. Wipe your mouth and then talk. Do not chew with your mouth open. So this is a basic alignment of the utensils that are kept. So next time when you go for a good restaurant and you're served with so many vessels or so many utensils, identify what they are for, okay? So you have the butter and the bread stick knife, you have a plate for it, you have a salad fork, a fish fork, and also meat fork. So normally the fish fork and the meat fork would have 3 or 2 thongs. This is the meat knife, which is kind of a little sharper. The fish knife would be more of a scrapey kind of a interface. And also the salad one will have more of a smooth kind of a finish. And then you have your soup spoon, which is usually oval and a little bit deeper, so that a lot of soup are retaining. Dessert spoon, fork, and your glasses. So next time I was going for a drink, make sure what kind of a glass you are drinking on. Okay. All right. Professional dining basics. Proper posture is important. As I said, do not bring the spoon to the mouth. Do not bring the mouth to the spoon, but bring to this. So the postures are really important. Table manners, please, elbow movement, thank you. Turn off your cell phone. Do not keep your cell phone face down. That is also meant to be rude, or it shows that you're hiding things. Okay, so whenever you're on a date or whenever you're meeting somebody important, make sure you switch off the phone, or you tell them that you're expecting an important call and you want to keep it in low volume. All right. Be responsible for keeping up the positivity of the positively contributing to the conversation. Small talks are appropriate. You could just gel with the topics which resonates. Okay. Serve guests of honor, women first, then men, then the counterclockwise around the table. It shows around the table, and also make sure small part of 6 or less need to eat until the hosts begin at large parties. Place the knife and fork on the plate after using. So it is believed if you're keeping your fork and your knife straight or crossed, it means you're done. Okay, so watch out for these cues. It's really fun to watch out the etiquettes. Never place the used silverware on the table or leave it in a small cup. Okay, small bowl or the soup spoon. Keep it in the plate next to it. A used soup spoon is left in the large soup plate. Use coffee spoon. Used coffee spoon is placed in the saucer beneath, and used silver on the table. Wow, that's beautiful. And when you're finished, this is interesting. When you're finished, place the fork and knife parallel to each other, so they lie across horizontally the center of the plate and are on the diagonal with the handles pointing out. Can be to the right, based if you're a right-hander, you place it on your right. If you're the left, you could use it to the left-hander. So dessert silverware place so the spoon can be picked up right hand and the fork can be picked up with your left hand. Napkin, as you are seated, remove the napkin and from your place of sitting and fold it and place it in your lap. All right. So let me quickly run through these. You could always take a screenshot. And yes, do not place a napkin in the empty plate. That is a big no. And when eating soup or dessert that has liquid, it is acceptable to tip the bowl when necessary. As I said, make sure it does not drip. And test liquids before eating, the taste, the heat, so that you don't burn your mouth, or you're not taking too spicy or you're taking too blunt. So make sure you just taste it a little bit and you're allowed to it. Make sure you wipe your mouth. Okay, do not automatically add salt and pepper just because all are doing that. Follow your style of eating. Okay. To remove edible items from the mouth, it should go the same way it went in. Fork like this. Fork put, down, no. All right. Piece of bone discovered in bit of chicken should be returned to the plate by the way of fork. So it needs a little bit of practice at home. You could always sit and try it out. If you're a non-vegetarian, and if you're a vegetarian, it's even more easy. No bones to be plucked out. So if you just, kind of R&D, you could watch a lot of ample of YouTube videos, how to use your chopsticks, how to use your forks, and how to use your butter knife, bread knife, how do you cut. And if you're a right-hander, or if you're left-hander, or more specific to the country you're traveling to. All right. So if someone's guest as a restaurant asks the person what they or she recommends, because we normally tend to be so excited that we say, oh, this is best menu, this is very good in this place, you should go try this. So avoid that. Okay, and avoid that, and make sure that you are allowing them to have their own choice of food that they want to eat, because each one's body are different and the thoughts are different. Don't order appetizers or desserts unless the host does and what they like it. Be prepared if there is a purpose of lunch or dinner before you land in there. Okay, make it very clear what is that to expect in the official meeting of lunch or dinner, or even you're taking them for a date, or it could be anything. Make sure the agenda of the meet with the food is mentioned. So meet, greet, eat is mentioned with the purpose. All right. And what is not appropriate in the normal etiquettes is no swearing. I swear you S of a B dash dash dash. No swearing. That's where your stress management techniques come in handy. Your breathing, being mindful, or even your stress balls. If you could carry your stress balls, if you're expecting someone to have that pop-up jack who can trigger you, you can use a stress ball to just let your anxiety go. Or the breathing techniques, 21 times. Inhale through your nose, hold, exhale through your mouth. One of my friends just shared that tip recently. So no louder, obnoxious behavior, no crude comments or topics. Subjects to avoid talk, even as a filler, even as a something that you build the interpersonal relationships. Avoid talks on health, gossip, personal life, politics, religion, race, or other things which are not valued, and they are very sensitive topic. Okay, so lunch food for a corporate meeting, the etiquettes I would like to just end up with is purely for networking, purely for having a good impression, and all your soft skills along with the etiquettes that we have seen with the cubicle etiquette, telephone etiquette, email etiquette, dining etiquette, dressing etiquette, and ultimately the networking etiquette, because all these things involves a human to human connections and mindset to mindset in alignment with the corporate growth and an individual growth, right? So break out of your comfort zone, mingle, 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 mingle. You're an introvert, no problem. Accept that you're an introvert and be there, the presence of people who are really extrovert and who are kind of talking, and make sure your words are powerful enough in order to add value, not in terms of criticisms. Okay. And if you're an extrovert, watch out that you do not overspeak or give over information with too much of excitement, and it might hurt somebody else or might even lose the trust of your client. All right. So don't travel with your friends for a corporate meeting until unless they are your partners in business. Make direct eye contact, smile, and speak. Contribute positively to the conversation with your thoughts and open-ended questions. Always have an open-ended question in mind to build a relationship, to take your business forward. All right. Don't monopolize someone's time. This is not a time to gain free advice. If appropriate, collect business cards, attend summits, meetups, gatherings, founders launch, startup companies, startup communities, women's communities, mothers communities, you name it, we have it on all the social media. Search and pick up the right one which suits you. If it's paid, invest onto it. Take the best advantage. Okay, do not sit back for people to come and chase you. Make sure you go to the mentor and get your work done. You're there for a purpose, not just to sit there and relax, like say, hey, let them come to me. Do not do that. That's a major mistake. Many of the startups fail. They do not go to the right mentor. They do not go with a coach who is working out with them, who's ready to sit and shape their business and their life. Please spend time wisely. All right. And if appropriate, collect business cards, politically excuse yourself and move on to another individual. So I hope with these basic etiquette tips, our session ends today and it makes an impact onto you, and it really gives you a lot of insight on how to work on your etiquettes, work on soft skills, and work on how to carry yourselves along with your along with your knowledge, along with your technical skills, along with the experience that you carry and the kind of audience that you're going to work with in future. All right. So if you're having any questions or any kind of clarifications, or you want to discuss more, please feel free to DM me or call me up on Career Cognizance. My number, email, I'm always there, just a step or a call away from everyone. Signing off. Thanks, Anita. Take care. Bye-bye.